Another third period meltdown by the San Jose Sharks, this time in shorthanded fashion.
You're Locked On Sharks, your daily podcast on the San Jose Sharks, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Hello, welcome to Locked On Sharks, the premier hockey podcast covering your favorite team in the Bay Area. My name is JD Young, caretaker of the Reef, also the co-host of Locked On NHL on Tuesdays with Seth. I do want to thank you guys for making Locked On Sharks your first listen. Proudly part of the Locked On Network. We cover your team every day. And if you want to be an everydayer, all you have to do is just follow wherever you get podcasts, or you can watch this on YouTube as well. And today we're going to be breaking down yet another, this is 6 times now, another third period collapse where the Sharks have a lead and come away with nothing. We'll talk about Macklin, Celebrini, and Will Smith dazzling together as they were paired on the line. And absolutely, we're cooking tonight. Dig into the numbers behind this game and talk about old friend Mackenzie Blackwood, his contract, and why it really solidifies Mike Greer's decision to trade Mackenzie Blackwood. So, before we get to all that, do want to let you guys know that today's episode is brought to you by Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code LOCKEDONNHL for $20 off your first purchase. Let's start positive, because you have Macklin, Celebrini, and you have Will Smith on your favorite hockey team. And tonight, those two were on a line together with one Fabian Zetterlund, as the Sharks were, without William Eklund tonight, Klim Kostin, who was returned from IR, but did not play tonight. You had a lot of, a little bit of different lines tonight. Celebrini and Smith, though, as the kids say, they cooked. Somebody cooked. Those two together showed why there's so much excitement about the Sharks going forward. And the Will Smith goal, which if you were watching the game, any highlights will show the Will Smith goal. What those two did together on that play. And it starts in the neutral zone with Macklin Celebrini being able to basically on his stomach poke the puck forward to Will Smith. Celebrini gets up, jumps back into the play. Smith kind of trails, like he kind of takes the puck away from Celebrini to give Celebrini some space. Has a backhanded pass behind him, Smith, to Celebrini. Celebrini shoots. Will Smith crashes the net and is able to put home the rebound. That play right there, where you see, right, like I've said it a bunch of times. Well, Macklin Celebrini has a mentality of a third liner with the skills of a superstar, and that is the play right there. Like that is the play I think that's going to embody Macklin Celebrini. The never give up. Kid's got the dog in him. Is just going to continue to just try to outwork you at all costs. And again, he's 18, guys. He's 18. He's just scratching the surface of who he's going to be. And then Will Smith. Well, even if that play didn't go in, I was just like that backhanded no look pass because he just trusts Celebrini is going to be there. An absolutely insane pass those are what makes Will Smith special. Plays like that are what makes Will Smith a special player. And look at that. Look at what he did tonight. And the thing I love about that, Will Smith crashing the net, right? That's how you're going to have to score goals, right? Not all of them are going to be pretty, just like absolute snipes. Every once in a while, you got to score a greasy goal like that. And if Will Smith can continue to add that to his game, that's what's going to really make see that production jump up for Will Smith. Especially the second period, those guys were cooking all night long. And against a very good Vegas. Like Vegas's defense is very good. Vegas is a very good team. But Celebrini, Zetterlund, Will Smith tonight. Normally I wait for the third period, what did the numbers say? They played 10:37 together. 18 shot attempts for 10 allowed. Actual shots on goal 10-5. This is at 5-on-5. The Sharks only got 25 shots on goal the entire game. They had 10 of them, that line. 2 goals for, 0 allowed, 0.6 expected goals for, 11 scoring chances to 5, 6-1 high danger. Like, this line was absolutely bonkers. And the crazy thing is, they also had 6 defensive zone starts. So they were still starting in their own zone and creating this type of opportunity. You cannot separate Smith and Celebrini. Like, yes, you're going to have your defensive miscues and stuff like that occasionally, but for a Sharks team that struggles to score goals, these two are your best chance at creating goals. And there was a lot of opportunities tonight for the Sharks to play better. But Smith and Celebrini, though, that's your future, that's your present right now. You have to let these two kids run. You have to run the offense through these two kids, and especially Celebrini. You have to run the offense through them. They're like, yeah, I get trying to maybe put Smith in a better position to no, like you just partner with Smith plays his best when he's playing with other skilled players, and your most skilled player on the team right now is Macklin Celebrini. Will Smith's been playing with skilled players his entire life. It's no coincidence that every time Smith and Celebrini play together, that's when the Sharks best off it. And I could not wait. I couldn't watch this game. I couldn't wait until they got back on the ice. I couldn't wait for their shifts. I was so excited to watch these two because they were making magic tonight. Every time they were on the ice, you were expecting something special, and they delivered tonight. So, Ryan Warsofsky, like, I know you're going to get Ekman back. You're going to get Clean Costin back here at some point. Those two need to be stuck together. I don't care. Just stick those until it stops working. You keep those two together. And I think right now tonight it showed it was working. And against a great Vegas team. Like, if that doesn't get you excited, I don't know what else. So, of course, the Sharks continue to blow a game. I think Sharkstat had it as 6 now. 6 times that the Sharks have had a lead going into the third period and lost the regulation. These are those we've talked about a bajillion. These are these games where those learning lessons, right? And Vegas is as battle hardened as they come. They're a team that knows how to come back and knows how to put the pedal, when to put up the gas. And the Sharks just didn't have an answer in the third period. And it also doesn't help when you shoot yourselves in the foot, especially when you give up 2 shorthanded goals in 23 seconds. Gorgiev tonight I thought was terrible. Yes, he's not in a good spot when those are, either 2-on-1s or one mini breakaways or 1-on-1 type. And you need a save there. You need a save there. And the Sharks just didn't get a save when they needed one at the biggest times. And all 4 goals in the third period 3 goals by Vegas, so not including the empty there, but all those are off the rush goals where they just, yes, those are tough saves, but Gorgiev needs to make a save there. The defense also needs to do a better job of sorting guys out. Wenberg had a couple times where there was a couple times with the centers. Wenberg, I think twice. Granlund on the first goal, the centers just kind of losing track of, especially against on the rush there, and losing kind of track of their man. And that's what Vegas does too. They stretch you out so hard, and they make you. They're so physical in the forecheck, and they're so good in the defensive zone. They're able to get that rush going. But it was Gorgiev needs to make a save there. And the Sharks need to do a better job of kind of sorting out some of their issues there, especially from the center position. So we'll dig more into the game, talk about numbers behind the game, talk about Shakir Mukhamadullin, who I thought had a fine night, and also congratulations to him on his first NHL goal. We'll talk about the Blackwood contract and why it's looking really smart for San Jose to have traded Mackenzie Blackwood. So we'll get to that here in just 1 second. Today's episode is sponsored by Prize Picks. If you love sports, you're going to love Prize Picks, the best place to turn your sports knowledge into real money. Whether it's hockey, football, or any other of your favorite sports, Prize Picks makes it easy to get in on the action. You can win up to 1,000 times your money on Prize Picks. Plus, the holiday season, and they're giving away $30 million in rewards during Picksmas, offering 2 free picks in December. So when you get your picks hit, just Prize Picks makes it easy to cash out and get your money in as fast as 15 minutes. This week on Prize Picks, of course, I'm always on the hockey board. Macklin Celebrini, if you had him over a half a point, you're feeling pretty good about yourself right now. And Jack Hughes, more than 4 shots on goal. It feels like it's automatic with Jack Hughes. It's so simple to make my picks and have fun with my friends while potentially cashing out fast. Download the app today and use code LOCKEDONNHL to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. That's right, $50 instantly. Prize Picks. Run your game. All right, before we continue, I do, of course, want to thank you guys for making Locked On Sharks your first listen. Again, probably part of the Locked On Network. When you're done with this episode, go check out one of the other great shows here at Locked On. You have Locked On Fantasy Hockey. If your hockey team needs some help, you need to know who to add, who to drop, all that fun stuff. They got you covered there. Or check out any of the other shows in the Bay Area. You got Locked On Niners. I know things aren't going very well right now. You got Locked On Warriors. Again, things aren't going very well right now. You got Locked On A's. Things really aren't going very well right now. Then you got Locked On Giants, who, again, always the bridesmaid when it comes to free agents. So go check out one of those shows when you're done checking out this one, wherever you listening to this podcast, or you can watch on YouTube as well. Okay, let's dig into this game some more, especially the numbers behind this game. And as we've seen from the Sharks, it's very much second period is super awesome. Third period, things continue to fall apart. In this game at 5-on-5, we had a little over 47 minutes, 5-on-5, 54 to 52 shot attempts in favor of Vegas. Like, for a team like Vegas, who's usually puck controlling, like that's not a bad, like, to be that close. That's not too bad. Actual shots at 5-on-5, 29 to 21, 31 to 23 scoring chances for, 12 to 11 high danger chances, 3.46 to 1.98 expected goals for in favor of Vegas. Second period for the Sharks, 23 to 14 shot attempts, really kind of dug themselves, put themselves back into this game. They also had actual shots was 12 to 6, 12 to 7 actual shots, 12 to 6 scoring chances in favor of the Sharks, 7 to 2 high danger chances, 1.31 to 0.51 expected goal. Like, that's a really fine second period. And that was very much Celebrini and Will Smith influence there. Those guys just causing chaos and doing really positive things. But this game turns on a shorthanded opportunity where the Sharks kill the penalty beginning of the third period. They get Wenberg gets tripped. They get a power play. You feel like this is going to be the moment. They're up 3-2. The Sharks have a chance to put kind of build on a lead, right? Learn from what they have, and they give up 2 shorthanded goals right in a row in 23 seconds. And then from there, it was basically all Vegas. All the shot attempts, 18 to 11 shot attempts, 8 to 3 actual shots, 12 to 3 scoring chances, 5 to nothing high danger. Like, Vegas put the clamps down on the Sharks in the third period there. So again, just last time it was 90 seconds. This time it was 23 seconds of just poop. At least they're more efficient this time. Anyway, let's dig into. We'll continue to look at the forward line. So we talked about the celebrating line. Goodrow, Granlund to Foley played 10:48, 10:40, 8 to 15 shot attempts, 5 to 9 actual shots. Did give up 2 goals, 0.26 to 0.87 expected goals for, 3 to 8 scoring chances, 1 to 5 high danger chances. So when Eklund gets back, I would put Eklund on that line and have the Eklund, Granlund to Foley line. Let those guys. I think that would be that's a good combination there of guys. So hopefully when that we can get that to happen. Then we had Dellandrea, Nico Sturm, Carl Grundstrom played 9:28, 15 to 11 shot attempts. That's not too bad. Actual shots was 3 to 4. So a lot of shot attempts, not maybe the greatest quality there, as you only got 3 of them on net. 0.3 to 0.97 expected goals for, 5 to 8 scoring chances, 2 to 3 high danger chances for that one. And then we had Cunnin, Wenberg, Kovalenko, 8:48, 3 to 11 shot attempts, 0 to 6 actual shots, gave up a goal as well. 0 expected goals for to 0.21. So yeah, not right now. I think I do believe though with the Sharks, I know they try to kind of have 3 solid lines. I do honestly believe trying to load up on 2 lines right now is your best opportunity to win, and then just hope you get something else from your bottom 6 here. But I do think this is your best, and you saw it especially with how Smith and Celebrini played together. If you get Eklund up there with instead of Barclay Goodrow, I think that's a huge boost in talent there, and you'll probably see hopefully a little bit better results there. So for the defensive pairs, Thrun Cece. Again, no Jake Wallman tonight, who's day-to-day with a lower body injury. Corsi for 65.38%. That's not too bad, 17 to 9. Ferraro Liljegren, who I thought Liljegren had a terrible night tonight. Just he got toe dragged on one of the goal. I just don't think he had a very good night tonight. 43.75%, Corsi for 14 to 18. And then Mukamadula Ruda, 37.5%, 12 to 20. Corsi for. I do think Mukamadula did have a really positive night, though, even if the Corsi 4 isn't the greatest there. But he did get his first goal, a little bit of a lucky goal. Again, they never ask how; they just ask how many. With the weird kind of bounce off Aiden Hill's toe and in. But I thought he had some really strong defensive plays. He took on Jack Eichel one-on-one type of scenario as he's kind of back skating. You saw him with some really nice, kind of coming in and kind of helping relieve pressure, especially on back checking. And I really thought Mukamadula, this was easily Mukamadula's best game in the NHL. He did have a shift or two he probably wants back, but I thought it was a really positive night overall for Mukamadula. Aside from even if he didn't score, I just thought his play was much better. His decision making was a lot better. And again, with Mukamadula, he's best when he just makes a decision and goes with it, and he doesn't try to kind of do too much at once. And I thought you saw that tonight of him making a decision, making the proper decision, and then sticking with it. And I thought I honestly thought he was one of the better defensemen for the Sharks tonight, just because of some of the plays that he made. So hopefully he can continue, even with Wallman gets back, hopefully he can continue to get some more continue to get playing time, because he needs to get NHL playing time right now. So again, Georgiev, tough night for him. I don't think he had the best night tonight. Looking at the numbers, 30 saves on 35 shots, 5 goals against. Expected goals against was 4.04. 8 of 11 on high danger, 10 of 12 mid danger, 11 on low danger. So yes, he faced a lot of tough opportunities there, especially in the third period where it felt like it felt like for 5 minutes straight it was just a bunch of rush chances and 2-on-1s and stuff like that. But Georgiev, you need a save there at some point. So Askarov we should have a really nice Askarov versus Dustin Wolf matchup on Saturday night. I'm very excited I will be there in person. I'm very excited to watch that. Askarov and and versus Dustin Wolf, which means the score is going to be like 8-7 or some crazy thing like that. So, yeah, let's put this game to bed. Let's talk about Mackenzie Blackwood as he got a new contract, and why I think the Sharks, this really solidifies the Sharks making the right decision in trading Mackenzie Blackwood. So we'll get to that here in just 1 second. Did Rocket Money help you find any subscriptions you forgot about or that you weren't paying for twice? That definitely happened to me. I had a few subscriptions. My wife downloaded the app. She checked it out, realized we had some stuff that we were paying for that we just completely forgot about. With Rocket Money, it made it easy to track it down. It's like having a personal assistant for your finances. Rocket Money is a personal finance app that helps you find and cancel your unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spending, helps you lower your bills so you can grow your savings. It brings everything together in one place, whether you subscriptions, your spending habits, or even the goals you want to hit this year. Rocket Money has over 5 million users and has saved a total of $500 million in canceled subscriptions, saving members up to $740 a year when using all of the app's premium features. So cancel your unwanted subscriptions, especially right, new year, new me. You got to set those money goals. Rocket Money can help you get there. Reach your financial goals faster with Rocket Money. Go to rocketmoney.com/lockedon today. That's rocketmoney.com/lockedon. rocketmoney.com/lockedon. All right, let's talk about Mackenzie Blackwood. So Mackenzie Blackwood signed a contract extension with the Colorado Avalanche after playing a whopping 4 games with the Avs. And, we talked about to the Avs guys, a couple weeks ago or last week, I think it was, they talked about how the Avs really don't do rentals. They expected them to kind of lock Blackwood up at some point. They did. And 5 years at $5.25 million a season. And that contract right there explains why the Sharks didn't want to keep him, because Mackenzie Blackwood this was his chance to earn his big contract, right? And Blackwood has played outstanding in his time in San Jose, especially with kind of where his stock was when the Sharks traded for him. Remember, Sharks offered traded a 6th-round pick, and there were people who were mad about that. And Blackwood was outstanding in his time with the San Jose Sharks. Sharks flipped it, 2nd-round pick, Nikolai Kovalenko and Alexander Gorgiev. But I looked into, Mackenzie Blackwood is 28, just turned 28. I looked into other goalies who signed similar contracts around a similar age. And spoiler, it doesn't work out super well for them. So again, Mackenzie Blackwood signing a 5-year contract at $5.25 million AAV. So I looked at some of the other guys, some other goalies who signed contracts kind of the same age range for the same kind of time, money, just similar contracts. And some of the guys who came up, Robin Leonard, Vegas Golden Knights, right? He gets traded to Chicago, has a good end of the season. They sign him to a 5-year deal at $5 million. The dreaded 5 by 25 deal, right? 5 for 25 deal. And later, I know he had some issues, right? Especially with health and stuff like that. But Vegas got 2 good years out of that contract and 3 that he never played a game. Mackenzie Blackwood, not the most healthy guy. And that was what kind of really ruined his time with the New Jersey Devils. And he had some, here and there with the Sharks and stuff, but just a little worrisome, right? For a guy who's 28 and by the time that contract expires is going to be 33. Some other guys, Darcy Kuemper, a little bit older when he signed his. He was 32 when he signed coming off a Stanley Cup run with the Avs, signed a contract with the Capitals. 1 good year with the Caps. 908 save percentage, 287 goals against average, 8.8 goals saved above expected. Then the following year, Kuemper posted 890, .333 goals against, and minus 4.8 goals saved above expected, and was eventually traded in the beautiful 1-for-1 trade to the Kings for Pierre-Luc Dubois. While Kuemper's numbers have been better for LA, that's still like the Caps committed a long time, 5 years of the exact same contract, 5 years at $5.25 million, and that contract turned to poop. Right? They traded him away for basically it was a swap of give me your problem child and I'll take your problem child and see if it works out for us. Tristan Jarry, 28 when he signed a 5 years at $5.38 million with the Penguins. Last year, first year of the contract, okay numbers, 903 save percentage, 291 goals against, 2.6 goals saved above expected. This year has been horrific. And I know Pittsburgh's defense is a train wreck. Not like the Sharks' defense is much better, but 885 save percentage, 3.47 goals against, minus 6.5 goals saved above expected. And I would be surprised if Jarry makes it to the end of that contract. One, given the Penguins' tight, cap space issues, and two, you have Joel Blomqvist, who's going to be the future in the net. Just not looking super great. And then finally, Phil Grubauer, 29, signed a 6-year deal at $5.9 million AAV with the Kraken in July 2021. He in his season with the final season with the Avs, he posted 922 save percentage, 1.95 goals against, 5.2 goals saved above expected, 7 shutouts, and then went to the Kraken. In his 4 years, he has 892 save percentage, 305 goals against. He has 4 shutouts in 4 years compared to the 7 that he had in his last season. And while there's plenty of success stories, I just think when you sign a goalie, especially that age, for a guy who's struggled to stay healthy, it's the 5.25, whatever. Like the Sharks could have easily afforded that, but the 5 years, it just doesn't make sense for San Jose, especially when you're going to have to pay Askarov at some point, right? Askarov has got last year of his ELC right now. He signed a 2-year deal at $2 million that kicks in the beginning of next season. After that, you would figure Askarov's going to have two full seasons as a full-time NHL starter. He's going to want that long-term big goalie contract, but he'll be 24, 25 when he signs that. And that'll cool. You're going to have a goalie entering his prime as you sign him to a big contract. I think this is as good as Mackenzie Blackwood's going to be. And yes, he's going to have much better, he's going to have much better players in front of him and a better team in front of him. But that contract just doesn't make sense for the Sharks at this point to sign a guy like that. So maybe he could have stayed and signed a smaller, shorter term contract, but why would you if you're Mackenzie Blackwood, right? You could go out if the Sharks kept him. What incentive does Blackwood have to stay with San Jose when one, he was eventually going to lose his starters net to Askarov, right? The Sharks didn't trade a first round pick, David Edstrom, a former first round pick, to go get Askarov for him to sit back and play second fiddle to Mackenzie Blackwood. Blackwood had no incentive to re-sign with the Sharks because right now he was at his highest value and he was able to strike in with that and get this big contract. Even if the Sharks didn't trade him, he's going to go to free agency and get a similar contract. It just would have made no sense for the Sharks to pony up that amount of money for that long for a guy who's going to lose his role with Askarov. So I think this contract really, really, I'm happy for Mackenzie Blackwood. Go get your money, dude. That's life-changing money right there. Good for you. You earned and deserve every cent of it. I also just think it's a contract that's not going to age very well for the Avs. But I mean, they're a very aggressive team, and we saw them rework their entire goalie tandem in 2 weeks. But I think for San Jose, it was a smart move, and I think this contract really solidifies why they made the move when they made the move, because I think it just worked out better for everybody involved to kind of make the move when they did. So that's gonna be it for me today. We'll be back on Monday, break down the Sharks Flames, get caught up with the CUDA happenings. I will be at the game on Saturday. Sharks Flames. I'm very excited. Second time seeing Celebrini in person, so I'm really excited. Anyway, so that's gonna be it. Make sure you guys are following wherever you get podcasts. And of course, you can watch on YouTube as well. Follow the show on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Locked On Sharks. Follow me on Twitter and Blue Sky at My Fry Hole. Until Monday, bye, friends.